Hi, Ryan Michael Galloway here with We Don't Need No Sneaking Record Company.com, and we are still talking to Madalyn Sklar at MadalynSklar.com. Madalyn is the indie music coach, and her big specialty is social networking, especially for musicians. And I called an emergency meeting last post, and this is just a little extension of that. We're talking about the changes in Facebook. And last post we talked about the Facebook changes where you're going to like somebody instead of become their fan, and some of the psychology around that. And now I'd like to talk a little bit about the changes in the rest of the web and how Facebook has started to partner with some of those folks. And we talked a little bit, I think the most pertinent thing would be Pandora, but you were talking about CNN and other places where we can show a like, and maybe we can talk about how that works for us and with us as promoters. And what do you think, Madalyn? Where do you want to jump in on that?
Yeah, well, I'm really excited about this new thing that Facebook has just launched, where they teamed up with a lot of these large media websites. Two perfect examples of this are CNN.com and Pandora Radio. And you could go to these sites to see what I'm talking about. But what's really neat about it, on CNN, I love going to the CNN website, reading articles. You now have the ability to recommend these articles through your Facebook profile. So I am reading an article right now on CNN about, can 3D movies and TV make you sick? And it's quite an interesting article. At the top of the page, it has a little thing where I can recommend this. And if I click to recommend, it will now show my picture, my Facebook picture, a real small one. And if any of my friends go to this article, they're going to see that I recommend this article. It also lets me know that 133 other people recommend the article, but they're not. These people are not my friends, so it won't show me who they are. But what Facebook is trying to do is make this more of a user experience past Facebook and into the rest of the internet. So by me recommending this, other people that are my friends on Facebook might find this article suitable. And I can even go as far as to recommend it onto my Facebook page. I don't have to. I can just hit recommend, and it just shows it that way on this particular article. It's really interesting, and I think that this is going to allow us to really get ourselves and our faces out there all over the internet through these large websites that we all frequent.
It seems like we also see where our fans are hanging out, and that's almost like marketing research for you.
Exactly, which I think is really, really smart. So the thing about this is it's utilizing your Facebook personal profile. And the interesting thing I get a lot with independent musicians is that a lot of them prefer to not use their personal profile to attract fans, to promote their music. They want to do it on their fan page only. And I'm a big advocate on using your personal profile to promote yourself and your music and everything you're doing. If you want to put out information or content that's really just for your core group of friends and your family, you can go into the privacy settings and make adjustments in there. I've done it myself. I have a friends list of my core group of friends, and I can have it set so they can see certain photos, maybe a wild, weekend getaway thing that I don't want everybody else to see.
Right.
I can control that. So I think if more people spent the time on the privacy settings and adjusting it to their liking, they would not be so afraid of using their personal profile to really attract people to them with their music. And more so now, being on these big, huge media websites, why wouldn't you want to attract people that way? I mean, that's how you can drive them over to your site and have them learn more about you and your music. I really like how they set this up with Pandora. I'm a huge fan of Pandora Radio. I listen to it all day while I work. And what's really neat is they set this up now with a section called Friends Music. And when I click on that, it's going to automatically import all of my Facebook friends. These are from my personal profile, all of my Facebook friends, and it'll show me what music they like. And on the flip side, they can see what music I'm listening to and what I like. I think this is a huge win-win for musicians marketing themselves through Facebook, but now outside of Facebook. And if you're not familiar with Pandora, I suggest signing up. It's free, Pandora.com. You can get a free account. It's a really great music site. And I think you'd be really pleased to see how this works with Facebook. It's really cool.
Well, I'm sold. It sounds awesome, and at least there's some things we can utilize as musicians to promote ourselves, and that's always a fantastic thing. And we got to stay up on this thing because it keeps morphing and changing and moving, which is why I wanted to call you. And by the way,
it really does. It changes constantly, and I'm really good about staying on top of this and finding out, what changes they're making and how it's going to impact us, especially those of us who are trying to market ourselves with music over Facebook and the internet. So thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And beyond that, I think I'm a musician that and a blogger and vlogger who's got very little time. I'm going to hire you, I think, probably to work on my fan page because I don't have time to do that. And that's something else. I mean, if we're too busy to keep up with all this stuff, number one, make sure you get on Madalyn's blog, and because she's on top of this stuff and broadcasting it to us all the time. And the other is maybe hire Madalyn to help us out because we don't have time to stay on top of it and play and write and all the other things we got to do. So just a thought. And I am with Madalyn Sklar of MadalynSklar.com, and I'm Ryan Michael Galloway with We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com. Thanks.